Welcome back. Today we are diving into a classic graph problem, finding the number of connected components. We will solve this using the efficient union-find data structure. First, let's define what we are looking for. In a graph, a connected component is essentially an island of nodes. If you can travel from node A to node B, they are in the same component. Nodes in different components are completely isolated from each other. In this visual, you can clearly see three distinct groups. Here is the formal problem. You are given an integer n, representing the number of nodes labeled from 0 to n-1. You are also given a list of edges, where each edge connects two nodes. Your task is to write a function that returns the total number of these separate connected components. For example, with 5 nodes and these specific edges, the answer is 2. The standard approach often involves depth-first search or breadth-first search. You would build an adjacency list, then loop through every node. If a node hasn't been visited yet, you increment your component count and launch a traversal to mark all reachable nodes. While this works, it requires building the entire graph representation upfront, which isn't always ideal for dynamic data. This is where union find, or disjoint set union, shines. It is a data structure designed specifically for managing disjoint sets. It excels at dynamic connectivity, allowing us to add edges and merge sets efficiently without rebuilding the graph. It relies on two main operations, find and union. The find operation takes a node and tells us which group it belongs to by returning a representative root. If two nodes return the same root, they are already connected. The union operation takes two nodes and merges their respective groups together, effectively connecting them. To make this fast, we use path compression. Normally, finding the root might involve traversing a long chain of parents. With path compression, whenever we look up a node's root, we update that node to point directly to the root. This flattens the tree structure significantly, speeding up future lookups. The second optimization is union by rank. When we merge two trees, we want to keep the overall height low. So, we always attach the shorter tree to the taller tree. This prevents the structure from becoming unbalanced and ensures our operations remain efficient. Here is the strategy for our problem. We start by assuming every node is its own separate component, so we have n components initially. We then iterate through the list of edges. For every edge connecting U and V, we perform a union. If the union operation successfully merges two previously separate sets, we decrease our component count by 1. Let's look at the code. We initialize a parent array where each node is its own parent. We also have a rank array. The find function uses recursion for path compression. The union function uses the rank array to decide which root becomes the parent. Finally, we loop through the edges, decrementing the count whenever a union occurs, and return the final count. The time complexity is big O of E times alpha of n, where alpha is the inverse Ackermann function. This function grows extremely slowly, so for all practical purposes, it is nearly linear time. The space complexity is O of n, as we simply need linear space to store the parent and rank arrays. To wrap up, a connected component is a set of reachable nodes. Union find is the tool of choice here, leveraging path compression and union by rank to achieve nearly linear time complexity. Remember the logic. Start with n components and subtract 1 for every successful merge. Thanks for watching.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.